There's a strange kind of silence that doesn't feel empty, it feels loud. It's when the day is over, your phone is quiet, everything is still, and suddenly that person comes back into your mind. Not because you want them there, but because they hurt you. And the confusing part is this: you don't just remember what they did, you replay it over and over, like your mind refuses to move on. You ask yourself, why am I still thinking about someone who treated me this way? Tonight, we break down what's actually happening in your mind and why forgetting them feels harder than it should. 1. The memory that won't let go. Your brain is not designed to erase people easily. It is designed to attach meaning to emotional experiences. And here's the part most people don't realize: pain creates stronger memory traces than peace. So when someone hurts you emotionally, especially someone you trusted, your brain doesn't file it as just a bad experience. It files it as important. Pay attention. This might happen again. That's why even months later, a random song, a place, or even a smell can pull them back into your mind instantly. But there's something deeper happening. You're not only remembering them, you're trying to understand why it happened, because your brain hates unfinished stories. And that whether it ended suddenly, painfully, or without closure, never got a proper ending in your mind. So your thoughts keep reopening it, hoping for resolution. But there isn't one. At least not yet. 2. The loop you can't escape. Here's what keeps the cycle alive. You don't just remember the pain. You also remember the good moments, the laughs, the attention, the version of them that made you feel chosen. So your mind starts doing something dangerous. It begins comparing who they were to what they did. And this creates emotional confusion, because now you're not dealing with one clear image of them. You're dealing with two: the person who hurt you, the person you still miss. And when the brain can't resolve a contradiction, it loops. That loop shows up like this. Why did they change? Was it my fault? What if I misunderstood them? What if they come back different? And without realizing it, you keep the connection alive through thought. Not because you want pain, but because your mind is still trying to solve them, even when they are no longer part of your life. 3. Why it feels personal. One of the hardest parts is this: it doesn't just feel like they hurt your feelings. It feels like they changed something inside you. And that's why you can't stop thinking about it. Because your mind isn't only asking, what did they do? It's asking, what does this say about me? This is where emotional attachment becomes identity-based. You start questioning your judgment. How did I not see it earlier? Why did I stay? Why did I trust them so much? So now the thoughts aren't just about them anymore, they're about you. And when a memory becomes tied to self-doubt, your brain revisits it more often, not less, because it's trying to rebuild your internal sense of safety. But instead of healing, it gets stuck in analysis. And analysis without closure becomes rumination. That's why it feels like you can't switch it off. 4. The hidden emotional trap. There's another layer people rarely talk about. Sometimes the mind doesn't let go because part of you is still emotionally waiting. Not waiting for them to return physically, but waiting for them to make it make sense, to apologize properly, to explain themselves, to show regret in a way that feels complete. So even after they're gone, a part of your emotional system stays on standby. That's why you can find yourself checking old messages, replaying conversations, imagining what you would say if they came back, and it feels like thinking, but it's actually unfinished emotional processing. Your mind is still in a relationship your life already ended, and that mismatch is what creates emotional exhaustion. 5. What actually breaks the cycle. Stopping the thoughts isn't about forcing yourself to move on. That doesn't work, because the brain doesn't respond to force, it responds to clarity. What actually begins to weaken the loop is this understanding that thinking about them is not a sign of love. It's a sign of unfinished meaning. Your mind isn't trying to bring them back. It's trying to resolve confusion. And once you stop interpreting the thoughts as emotional weakness and start seeing them as cognitive processing, the pressure changes. You stop fighting the thoughts, and that's when they slowly lose intensity, because what you resist stays active, but what you understand starts to settle. So here's the real question. Are you still thinking about them because you miss who they were, or because your mind never got closure for what happened? Because those two feel similar, but they are not the same thing. And if you've ever found yourself stuck in this kind of loop, you're not alone in it. It's more common than people admit. Now I want to hear from you. What part of this feels most true in your situation? The memories, the confusion, or the unanswered questions? Leave it in the comments. And if this hits something real for you, subscribe to this channel, because we break down the kind of thoughts people usually struggle with in silence. Until next time.